So this is a series of blogs from my parenting website, the Parenting Adventures Tips and Tricks.wordpress.com, and it's about the truth about parenting. Because a lot of things that when you become a parent you don't get told about, and the one area is tantrums. Now they can continue on till they are 7, 8, and children can have complete and utter meltdowns. And I want to give some tips of how I have dealt with that, and what things hasn't worked for me. So I suppose we've all seen Joe Frost. I bought one of her books and it was very helpful. I've also watched her shows and they are great because I do believe that kids do need discipline in a way. I don't like smacking. I was smacked as a child, and I was petrified at one point of my dad because he was quite strict, but I can see why, because because he wanted us, I think, to thrive and not end up like he did as our age, and wanted us to be respectful and just be polite, and he had a great sense of humour, and I think that's why I miss my dad in a way, because we also shared our love of music, and he was a massive part of my life, and I never got to say goodbye when he passed away. But being a parent now myself, and one thing that has helped me is by talking to my son rather than giving him a warning or a punishment as such, because I can find that I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, some ways yes, but a lot of the time when a kid hits out or has a tantrum, he's actually communicating to you that he doesn't want to be naughty, but he's finding it hard to tell you that he is not happy about something, wants to be heard and wants to be listened to, and just wants to know why he, for example, can't have his tablet when it's on charge, or can't watch a TV program that's not scheduled yet. And Henry is, my son, is a good lad most of the time, but he has been a little mite at times. But I think we've all been like that. And I find when you talk to a child rather than giving them a warning all the time, has often a better effect than threatening with a punishment. Because a lot of the time when they bite, pinch, they actually try to communicate to you, but I don't know how. So I've sometimes got on, and I do believe that a good way of approaching a tantrum is by getting down to their level, so you can make eye contact, hold them firmly by the arms, but don't obviously too tight, and just make them look into your eyes and say to them what is upsetting you, or what is why aren't you happy, and I found that has had a greater effect than me saying don't do that or you won't get your tablet, because I find that can escalate into a further tantrum. Obviously in the supermarket, because Henry is not a big fan of shopping, but if you make it fun for them, then they will enjoy it. So I would sort of sing to Henry whilst we were shopping, or I'd say, right, let's see if we can find a tin of peas or something, you know. If you make things into a game, like when grocery shopping, and get them to see how many things they can find on the list, it's a great way of them distracting them and not seeing shopping as a restriction for them to have fun. And I think that's why kids do kick off a lot in shops, because they feel restricted, that they have to now be silent and sit happily in the trolley. But kids often just want interaction lots of the time. Henry is very much a child that feeds off interaction, and it is important that you build on that if they are that type of child, because all children are different. There are children that can be very, very timid and not sure of people when they first meet. When I worked in nursery, and I remember going in, there was two, well, say toddler age, who every time I walked in, because they didn't know me, they would, bad mark there, no, I do apologise, I've just had Cocoa Pops. They burst into tears, and I remember saying, should I go out and come back in again? I was like, please don't cry. But children can be like that, and it's not because, I don't think it's because they was like, oh God, who is this person, like, get rid of them. I think it was like, I don't know that person, and now I'm a little bit fearful, and I want somebody to give me a hug to make sure that I'm okay. And that's a lot of the time what kids are trying to say to you when they have a tantrum. They just want reassurance a lot of the time. And so to deal with a tantrum, I will say get down to their level, and not say, if you do that again, you won't get those sweets. Say, look, okay, let me ask you, what is it that's really bothering you? And Henry will say, oh, I want swings on. And I was like, okay, let's just see let's get what I would say, would say to him, right, okay, we need to get some shopping, and you need to behave yourself whilst we do that. And if you don't kick off anymore, and we get the bits that we need, then we can go and play in the park. And that is a much better approach than sort of threatening them with a punishment straight away. Talking to kids is very important, because a lot of the time they want their voice to be heard, and that's what they're trying to tell you. And never ever, because I did this as a kid, if a kid starts talking about something, because I find when I first used to pick up Henry from school, I'll say, did you have a good day? And they go, yeah. And did you have your lunch? Yeah. And not really engage in conversation. But when he would be playing, he would start singing a song from he learned at school, or he will say a rhyme, or want to play a game at the end at school, and that's when he would talk about school, or I would find out that he is actually picking up knowledge and skills at school. Kids, I was very much a kid who, when I left school for the day, that was it. I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted to get in, watch Neighbours, watch some children's TV, and then play out. And that's all I was focused on at one point as a child. I didn't care for homework. I found it a struggle doing homework, actually. So I can understand why Henry, on some days, because we did kind of make it into a rule at one point, that as soon as we got in, we would do homework. But I can understand why Henry would be like stamping his feet saying no, because his mum was saying, look, I've just been to school, bloody day, I just want to play. And I get that. So I would, for me, to get around that, obviously if you're in lockdown, it's different. And I do think it's important to volunteer some learning whilst they're out of school. But you can still do learning through having fun. Henry loves quiz shows, as I've said, and loves playing games like Countdown, and they're still educational. And what you can do is make a no homework day and have like 3 choice days where they can pick things that they want to do for that day. Kids get bored very, very quickly, and so it's important that you engage with them as much as possible. And if you engage with them, I find that it actually deters them from having a tantrum, because you're actually taking time out of your schedule to give them the attention that they need, because often they are just crying out for your interaction. And whenever I see Henry, because he's often at his dad's, I will make a point where I will sit and watch a quiz show with him or play a game of Connect 4. He loves magnetic darts, and just having that time with him, just me and him, and it makes me feel very happy in him. And that's what's the aim of being a parent, is to support your kids, interact with them when they want your interaction, give them space when they want to have a bit of independence, and just being there for them to talk to, have a laugh with, and be a parent, which is making your kids happy and fulfilled in life. And so if you get a child talking, never jump in and cut them down or knock them down or mock what they've said, because it can affect them when they get older. It did me. And every child should be heard. Don't matter if it's not in the right context. Kids just want to be listened to, and that is very, very, very important to stop tantrums and address the situation in a way that they can see that you care, and that they're not being told they can't have something. They just if they are do believe in one of the sort of nanny programs. I think it's the lady who used to do the one on Channel 4, and it's right, they just sometimes they want an option, like a lot of people, because I know this probably think is relevant, but when I work in the customer service, as soon as you said, oh no, you can't do that, and not give them an option of what else they could do, they would get that back up. And kids are the same. If you can give them an option, so right now, okay, your tablet's in charge, but we can either play Connect 4, watch a bit of TV, or play Countdown. So which one do you want to play? And that's a great way of addressing, that's giving kids an option and helping them make decisions and letting them make decisions is a great way of stopping the tantrum as well. So that is it for this video. I will do another parenting video again soon, and take care.